This is a public service announcement to try to prevent you from making a mistake that I made um, when I bought a fake micro SD card. This was supposed to be a 1 terabyte micro SD, and it's actually a 64 gigabyte. Um, I bought this on Temu.com, and generally speaking, I like buying things on Temu.com. I think the value's there. Most of the things I buy are just fine. This, however, was something, and really the only thing I bought that I'm not satisfied with on Temu.com. And it's not just Temu.com, it's AliExpress, it's eBay, it's Amazon. So I'm going to give you a few tips to try to prevent you from making the same mistake as I am. Now, if you don't really need a 1 terabyte card and you buy this, it'll work fine for the first 64 gigabytes or so before you start losing data or the data gets corrupted. But I'm trying to make videos on YouTube, and I kept losing videos, and the files were getting corrupted, and only half the file would be there, and weird stuff like that. And I didn't understand it, and finally I figured out it was these cheap imitation cards. So what you're going to want to look for, first of all, weird names. Like this one's named, if you look on the card, it's named SUP TMV or something. And the packaging is generic. There's no mention of the size of the device, okay? So they're using the same package for different sizes: 256 gigabyte, 512 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and so forth. They're having these sizes on the device only in a window, like this little plastic thing's in there, and you can see the device through the window. So avoid this red packaging, and there's also a blue one that's similar. Avoid those. If you see those at all, it's always going to be a fake device. So just let's go to Amazon, for example. All right, so on Amazon, this is weird. Okay, this name is weird, so it's probably going to be fake for $26 for 1 terabyte. I'm going to click on it. And there it is. There's that red packaging. So if you compare this to that, well, let me turn my light on here. All right, so if you compare those packaging, yeah, that's going to be a fake one. It's basically the same packaging. All right, so first rattle out of the bag, we found fake, and this is going to be a fake too. Let me scroll down a bit. All right, so this is a weird name. Let's see what it has. And I'm not seeing the packaging, so I still suspect this one's weird, but I'm looking for that packaging. That's the telltale sign for me now. And I just want to emphasize that to anybody else looking to buy micro SD cards. Let's see, what is this? 64. Okay, so that packaging's different. It's probably fine. Okay, PNY. Always going to be okay with PNY. SanDisk should be fine. Let's see. Like Moric, I think we already looked at one of those. We know it's going to be garbage. And let's go to the next page. 1 terabyte. That's weird. Let's see what that one is. Well, I don't see a picture of the packaging, but I would question that one because I just don't know what that is. And let's look at this one. Well, no packaging there. Okay, one more on this one, and then we'll move on to a different site. Okay, Gigastone, I think that's going to be fine. Movie Speed. No, don't know what that is. Oh, here's a weird one. Let's look at that. Okay, now there's a blue package. That one also there, I suspect, is going to be fake because of the way the package is. It's very similar to this one, to the one that I bought, but it's a different color, and you can see it's got the same basically format. So yeah, I'm going to say that one's going to be a fake one. So if you see the blue packaging or the red packaging, avoid it. All right, so on eBay. All right, so that should be a fine. That should be good. Okay, like this, Greco. Look at that. There's that packaging again, that red packaging. So do not buy that one. It's fake. Absolutely going to be fake. All right, one more. Let's try another one. Another Greco. We know it's fake already. We know that one's fake. Okay, that looks like a weird one. Let's take a look at that. Well, they're not showing the packaging. Ah, there it is. There's that red packaging. Do not buy that one. It's fake. That's going to be a 32 gigabyte or a 64 gigabyte. So just don't do it. All right, let's go to AliExpress now. All of these. I mean, you can just look at these weird names. I don't know about Exomi because I know they make phones, but like Sandian. This one right here, Sandian. That's a ripoff of SanDisk. They don't want you to realize that what they're selling you. You know, they're trying to trick you into thinking it's a SanDisk brand. I don't see any packaging for that, but I mean that one's pretty obvious. That one's just don't buy it. It's weird. One more. Okay, like now that one says Sony, but look at the packaging. No way in hell. Okay, don't buy it. It's fake. So that's it. It's a disease. These guys can't help themselves. They're ripping you off. All right, you're selling you a 64 gigabyte, and they're changing the inside somehow to make it act like it's going to be 1 terabyte, but it physically can't. There's just not enough memory in the hardware. So do yourself a favor. Look for that red package. Look for the green package, and look for weird names. Don't buy them. Buy PNY. SanDisk, not Sandia or whatever the hell. Keep with the stuff that is properly priced and has the proper name and also the proper packaging. So like this one says Sony. Normally Sony would be fine, but not in that packaging. I hope this helps somebody, because it sure is frustrating to know you get screwed. Oh, I forgot to mention a surefire way to test your devices to see if they're fake or not. But if you do this, it will render the card unusable most likely, because it puts a lot of data on the card that can't be removed if the card is fake. Now if it's not fake, it's fine. You'll be able to reformat it. But if you run a program called H2 Test W, that's H2TESTW, you can download that for free. It runs in the Windows environment, and it will just basically send large files to whatever memory device you're testing. You'll start the program up. You'll point to whichever partition or drive that you're wanting to test, and it will just put 1 gigabyte file after one after another until the device fills up. For a 64 gigabyte device, it will take like 8 to 12 hours to complete. So you'll run it overnight or something, and then check in the morning. But basically, it writes a file and it reads it back to see if it's good or not. And these cheap devices are so slow, it's just going to take a long time to complete that process. On this one, I ran the program. It filled up the device, and at about 63 gigabytes, it started reporting memory, data loss, corrupted file. That's how I know that this is a 64 gigabyte hardware device, and it's just physically not capable of holding 1 terabyte. They're changing something inside there to make it look like it's a terabyte. So avoid these. Look for the packaging, look for the weird names, avoid it. Use that H2 Test W if you have a device that you keep losing data on, and you don't mind destroying it, because once you run the program, you won't be able to format it to get it to work again. But for peace of mind, you can do that. Make sure you get all the data that is important to you off of there, because it will destroy all that data. All right. Anyway, hope all this helps somebody.